Hey there. Welcome to an all signs reading. This is going to be for the beginning of April. My name's Carrie. I'm a medium and a mentor, and I'm so excited to get started. We are going to jump right in. And I want to just let you know that I'm a medium and a channel. So I'm going to be definitely reading tarot and looking at cards, but also I'm going to be channeling messages that might come through. My intention for this is that we're really helping you get clear, move through blockages so you can step into your manifestations and your highest timeline. And I'll go into what that means to me, this highest timeline. Some people get a little confused by that. And so I like to explain it, but let's jump right in. We're starting with Aquarius. So all of the readings will be timestamped and pinned. So if you want to jump ahead, you can certainly do that. Also know that this is for sun, moon, rising, Venus. Some people even like to look at North Node, but it's really up to you and whatever you're aligned with. So let's see what we got going on, Aquarius. I'm getting a smile on my face right away. So I feel like some of you are at this point of excitement, also excited for new things that are coming up this spring. There's an energy of wow, I'm excited that winter's over. It's been pretty heavy, and now I'm looking forward to new things, new experiences, new things that I have planned, and some excitement around that. So, with that energy, Aquarius, I am feeling a little bit of sense of being ungrounded, being uncentered, and needing to focus your energy. And really, this is just because there's so much going on. And a lot of it, I see you being excited about specific things. So, and for me, it really feels like it's related to what is it you're passionate about? What is it that you feel there's a creative surge for? And also, what's next? There's a lot of new energy here with this Five of Wands, which is obviously passion, fire, and intrigue, but it's also a big card of change and not knowing how to direct our energy. And then it's crossed by the Page of Cups. And the Page of Cups also, too, is what is also known as a card of learning and also a card of apprenticeship. So excited about something new, something happening. So the advice they're really suggesting, your guides, is to just breathe, center, and find a way that you can channel your energy because that's how you're going to get the closest to what you want to manifest. And also, we got underneath you the star card. So that's hope, optimism. But also, there's a big connection here for you with your spirit guides and your higher self. So, for me, that means that we've let go of some things that are heavy. We're moving into this lighter energy. And that is also really indicated here from where you just came from, the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords is a rough patch. That means that you've just been through a period that is coming to an end, thankfully, where you're having to reevaluate. I don't want to do certain things in my life. I know I'm burnt out from certain areas, things I've put my energy into. Almost, I see this energy of you hitting your head against a wall, doing something repeatedly over and over, but it just wasn't coming into fruition. So definitely this is a thing of let's get on our highest timeline. Now let's talk briefly and now let me know if you have questions about this. What does a highest timeline mean, really? Well, when we are actively and consciously working in our lives to manifest and clear out blockages when it comes to thoughts, emotions, belief, but also old patterns, things that we've acquired and inherited, when we're doing that consciously and we're doing compassionate healing with ourselves, that moves us into another timeline, another trajectory, which means instead of going about the business as usual, being stuck in your patterns, you're choosing something greater, something higher for yourself that's resonant with who you are. And I really see that happening for you. Three of Cups. Again, do you see the theme here with the spirit guide energy and also the higher self energy, Aquarius? This means you're tuning in and you're paying attention to the signs you're getting, the signals. And I would say probably you're seeing things on repeat, whether that be your own signs from your guides, but also maybe repeating numbers or synchronicities that you just can't ignore. Fantastic place to be right now for you. So I want you to lean into this a little bit because this has a lot to do with community and connections. So possibly things that you're looking at doing, whether it be especially now because we're talking about the beginning of April. Contacts, connections, or people that you've been referred to, this would be a great time to reach out and make those connections. And a lot of that will have to do with that's going to help you enterprise to get to the next thing you want to do is creating contacts and those links that are going to get you noticed by the right people and also build a bridge towards your next step. Again, highest timeline. And then I love this card for you so much, Aquarius. We have the Fool card. That's a new journey, going out on a limb. That's you trusting yourself. Again, coming from a place of there has been difficulty, there has been things that have weighed you down, but now you're excited about the future. So the biggest thing I'm getting, and I know with Aquarius is you guys tend to be pretty expansive anyway, being an air sign and also being such a universalist, you can tend to see the big picture. Make sure you're staying grounded. Again, we're going back to this place, remember, of things being a little bit all over the place. So you want to make sure you stay grounded and centered as you're taking your steps, but definitely move into that expansion energy. To finish up this reading, I'm going to pull an oracle card specifically for you. And again, we're talking about manifesting your highest timeline, what it is you want and you desire. So we're going into this deck, which is the Moonology Manifestation deck. So let's just see what the message is here for you. Okay, Aquaria? Let me know below how you resonate with this reading. If you would like to ask more questions, feel free to put it right in the comments. New moon in Sagittarius, and this is focus on the positive. That's fantastic. So right away, I can feel like all this energy we have, the fire energy from the Five of Wands, that means let's direct it. Let's look at the things that are working well and put our eggs in that basket. And part of you manifesting your authentic timeline, where you want to put your energy, has a lot to do with positive thinking and positive visualization and assuming and believing that you're going to get to where you want to go. So this is really telling you to shoot your arrow far and to just go all the way for what it is that you're really wanting, especially as we're moving into this brand new energy of Aries, which is very exciting. All right. Let me know how you enjoyed it. Hi, Pisces. Welcome to your reading for the beginning of April. And we're really looking at how to manifest your highest timeline. Again, I explained a bit about what the highest timeline really is. And what essentially that means is that rather than go about your life unconsciously and not challenging any of the limiting beliefs you have, you right now can dig in and look at the ways that you might limit yourself. And so what we're going to be doing during this reading is how can you move into the highest version of what it is you desire in your life? What are you wanting to align with? What are you wanting to manifest? So we're looking at the beginning of April. So let's take a look and let me know if you have any questions here below as well. Let's just see what we have coming up. So there's a lot of really powerful energy coming up, especially now we have the divine feminine coming in here with the Queen of Cups. So, wow, lots of change. Okay, let's take a look at this together. So, this is your position right now, Pisces. So, this really to me means I am in touch with my nature. I am in touch with my feelings, my intuitive sense, but also my psychic abilities. And then, really, the deep sense that you get about how people are, how to relate to the world around you from a very deep sensing level. So, the beauty of this is that when we're in the Queen of Cups energy, we are in self awareness about our emotions, about our abilities intuitively, but also about our relationships. So, this could very well be you wanting to, I'm hearing, don't be a doormat. So, not wanting someone to disrespect your boundaries, wanting to hold your own. This could even be with work or friendships. So there's something really deeply going on with you where there's a deep sense of self-care that's ruminating throughout your space. I can really feel that. And so the biggest message I'm getting here for you is to trust yourself. Trust your feelings, trust your intuition. If something feels off, then you're not in alignment. That would be off your highest timeline. Now, here's what's countering you or supporting you. And I love the King of Wands here for you in this form. So I actually feel like this is a support to you. So there's something deep that's probably some of this Aries energy that we're experiencing right now that is really pushing you internally to not stay in a sense of complacency or observation about where you are right now, but to push you forward, to not lead from the back, but get up more towards the front. I do feel like you are moving through sensing and wanting to probably do something related to making bigger choices. I'm hearing relocation. Relocation can be quite literally moving. It can also be relocating and doing something differently with your career, friend group, or even moving houses where you live. So there's an empowerment happening here. Okay. And I love the fact that we have this balance between your intuitive self, the more feminine aspect of who you are, but also the powerful nature of that King of Wands, which is instigating and a motivator and also makes things happen, doesn't stay complacent. Now, where were you just recently? And this is where I love seeing this card. Seven of Swords for me is a card of analytical discernment. It's a decision card. It means that you are figuring out where you want to stay in where you are. Again, remember we said relocation and where you want to go. Where do you want to invest your energy? See these eggs here. I almost feel like, do I want to stay here? Or do I want to get up and plant myself somewhere else? So I like the fact that this is just something that you are newly deciding and you're moving into this space of like, hang on, wait a minute. I don't think necessarily I want to stick with what's going on right now. I want to have more meaning in my life, more fun, more excitement. I don't necessarily want to be complacent with certain areas. So I like the fact that there's a take charge energy going on. And I can see why now. And the reason is because at your base right now, we have the Tower card. Now, the Tower card is our friend. The Tower card gets us to literally clear the deck, move things out of our way. And I'm getting the chills all through my body. That is telling you you're stuck that has been keeping you in, I want to say like a lower vibration that has made you feel as though you don't have choices. And I want to say, I feel like you're clearing out some ancestral related energy here, Pisces, which has been keeping you fixed in a certain area and not really clear about what the next step is. And there's another indication of that here because we have the Six of Swords now. The Six of Swords, a traveling card. That means we're moving from a place that we weren't as happy with. Maybe there was competition, maybe there was challenge, maybe there was people that weren't necessarily out for your highest good, your highest timeline, and you're taking yourself out of that situation. So there's a lot of empowerment here and wisdom that you're channeling through. It feels like you have been waiting possibly to get this momentum going, but now you're finding it. And we very well could have happened with this eclipse energy and the Aries energy that's just kind of moving a lot of us back to this other place of clarity and discernment and moving towards what's so much better for us. This is a really good working card for what to expect this beginning of this April. So we have Three of Pentacles. This is a working card. This is collaboration. This is a meeting of the minds. This is people having a shared vision and getting some things done. So this is much more of a comfortable place for you to be. This is really where you want to be. You want to feel as though there's also a safety in the Three of Pentacles because everyone's like on the same page. And even though there's things that you'll be doing that are a little bit up in the air, question mark, you don't know all the parts of the puzzle. There is so much grounded energy here because it's the Pentacles, because it's earth energy, and it's also community, collaboration. That energy to me is chef's kiss. So let's pull your final card. This is again about manifestation, manifesting your highest timeline. Timeline essentially just means going to an option that's a much higher version of possibly what we could have had happening for ourselves before, because we're making conscious choices to do things that are healthier for us and more in alignment for what we want to experience. So right here we have from this deck, this is the Manifestation Moonology deck. Last quarter moon in Libra, make them time for self-love. That is it. That's it right there. Prioritizing yourself, your emotional well-being, your relationships, how you work with people. There's just a lot of insight coming in. So this is all about you. All right, Pisces, thank you so much. Please let me know in the comments how you enjoyed this reading. Hello, Aries. Welcome to your reading. I'm so excited to get started. So, again, the readings we're doing today are really looking at the beginning of April and how can you step into your highest timeline. For me, the highest timeline just really means that you're making these conscious choices to believe and know that you deserve what it is that you really want in your heart of hearts. And you're making choices towards that. And you're also doing healing and shadow work around any blockages which you might have. Now, certainly, I'm going to be tapping into the energies here, not just for you, but also for your guides and wisdom that might come from ancestors and the loved ones in spirit. So it's a whole teamwork experience here for all of you. Okay, let's just see what we have coming up for you. Okay, Aries. Okay, we've got some interesting energy coming right up and right away. And I love what I'm seeing so far. Very exciting. Ooh, I'm getting the chills. Okay, here we go. One thing I want to say, Aries, is that, and this could be because we've had so much of your energy in Aries completely surrounding all of our astrology. We've had a lot of this boost and of this powerful fire energy, which is your nature already. The one thing is, it feels like it's probably ungrounded you a bit and made you feel a little bit indecisive about what's next. I feel like I'm hearing there's a lot of upending for you, which means that there's some things that are a little bit unsettled. You don't have all the answers to each thing you're investigating. And there's a sense of, many fire hoses. That's the sense I'm getting here of like going all over the place. And you're trying to just get clear, get grounded, and decide which one to go forth. But I am really excited for you because the energy feels exciting. Five of Wands is actually a really positive card. It's in the middle point, though, of when you're maturing something that you're interested in. So it's not quite done yet. It needs to be matured. So that's what I'm getting. But here's what I'm thinking here. There's something that we're seeing that you're seeding, that you're beginning. This could be a relationship. This could be an advancement in your work. This could be a personal choice that you're making for health, care, things of that nature. But there's something that you are putting stakes down in and allowing to start to grow and develop. And that's at the root of this core. It is in your subconscious, but it's also something you're feeling welling up within you. And there's a sense of excitement, and I would not be surprised if you are going to be delivered some news. That's what I just heard. So this could be a new opportunity, a new experience coming your way. So be open to that as we're beginning April here. Now, what do we have which represents you? Well, the star. This is the second time this has come out in a reading today. So I'm feeling like a lot of the collective here is aligning with this higher self energy, with our guides, ancestors, and also any other beings that we work with who are our allies. And being as though you are really excited about the future, that you want to focus on your purpose. I'm hearing that, but also, how do I get the job done? How do I get the job? How do I get the thing I want? And here's what I want to say: trust your inner knowing, trust your inner light. Ask your guides to help direct you, to give you guidance, wisdom, and understanding, and to make the path, the highest timeline, as clear as possible. So there's a sense of traveling, but you're traveling in your own awareness. You're traveling in your own consciousness. You are expanding. You are manifesting the things that you have been designing, and you're feeling the shift in the energy happening as a result. So it's a really exciting timeline here. I'm just kind of getting this sense of things that might have not been falling into place are falling into place. I love it. Look at this. This is what's crossing you or supporting you. And I feel like it's a support. And that is Three of Cups. Three of Cups is all about community, connections. And also it's a sense of, I want to say, expansion, growth, creativity. What's really cool about this too, this is also what I saw earlier. I think this is a collective message for many. Notice the stars all around here in general. This has to do with higher self. This has to do with guides. And this has to do with the fact that your guides, your higher self, who you are inside, is directing you more now. You're allowing that into your awareness. You're trusting the insights, the downloads you're getting. You're trusting the chills. You're trusting the numbers. You're trusting when you open up and there's a synchronistic word that you're seeing, this is all part of your momentum forward into this highest timeline. So again, talking about highest timeline, it's pretty simple. It doesn't mean you're jumping off this planet. It simply means you're going to the clearer version of what you want to experience in life, or what you want to manifest, of what's sincere and dear to you, what you really desire. Not putting it out of your mind that you can't have it, but knowing you can have it. That's what I'm getting. And that comes through here. This is what's in the conscious. This is what's coming. Four in Wands is a card of celebration. It's a card of delight. It's a card of celebrating with others that we care and love. We care about and love. And it's also like just having fun. So your Aries, you need to have fun. So things need to be delightful and light is what I'm hearing. And also for you to move forward, know you're still going to feel really solid. You're going to feel very stable. Even in your growth and in your change and what's coming next, you're going to feel a sense of just sheer joy. I can feel this coming up. So take advantage of this energy right now, Aries. This is like just got so much really positive energy that's coming your way. Finally, we have Page of Pentacles for what's coming up in the next couple weeks. So Page of Pentacles, of course, earth energy. We are building something. We're taking that seed of that idea, which we were growing, and then we are moving it into form. Like, what do we want to build with this? Where do we need to learn how to care for this and to continue letting this grow and developing this so that we can get to what our goal is and to what our, again, highest timeline is? How can we get there? This is also really grounded approach. Understand that earth energy is very balancing for the fire energy. And this makes me feel just a real sense of depth and insight because you have all of the elements here at your disposal, ready for you to create what it is you want and desire. So go into that place. And if you're going into the apprentice mode, amazing. If you're going to be learning something new, a skill, maybe something that you're developing, you're learning on your own, but this is really showing progress. So I can't wait to see what happens. So let me know in the comments if this resonated. This is going to be your oracle card, your money manifestation card. So let's just see what we have here for you. New moon in Capricorn, step up and lead. That's that earth energy coming in again. Just saying, and look at that. I love the symmetry of all these circles coming in, which is a holistic circle, which means continuity, right? So what I'm getting for you is that you're preparing yourself for this. You know that there might be some uphill climbing when you're going towards your goals, but you are not in any way deterred. You're excited. You want to move forward. You're feeling a sense of positive energy and a will to get to where you want to go. So I love this for you. Thank you so much for letting me do this reading. Again, if you enjoyed it, please let me know. And if you would like to book a private reading, the links are all below. Hello, Taurus. Welcome to the beginning of April and your reading. I'm so excited you're here. So what we're going to be really looking at is where is the energy right now for you and where is the opportunity for growth and development? What messages are coming through from your higher self and your guides? And also, what is your desire for your highest timeline? As I've been saying, highest timeline really has to do more with you being able to manifest and step into that path that you really designed for yourself, where you feel is the most optimistic, the most expansive, and has the most opportunity to live the life you want to live. So that's what we're looking at here. So let's go ahead and just see what is coming up for you. All right. Feeling the cards. I'm also hearing listen and be patient. Yes, and we have some of your energy coming out right away. I love it. We have a lot of pentacles, so you have a lot going on and a lot of changes. Oh, okay. All right. All right. Let's get started. Don't want to get ahead of myself. Okay, here we are right away. Queen of Pentacles is here. This is your sign, whether you identify as a masculine or feminine, or you don't identify with either. This is an energy of self-awareness about what you want to invest in. What do you want to manifest? What do you want to create? And this is just the place that you're getting to right now. I'm really hearing that there's a time now for you to start trusting. You need to start trusting the process of creating, the process of manifesting, and then the process of understanding you don't have to work so hard to earn what it is you want. You just have to learn to work in a different way. I'm hearing work smarter. What they mean by that has more to do with you linking up with your spirit guides, your spirit team, your higher self. And part of going into your highest timeline is really you learning not to overwork yourself or to overburden yourself or to get so caught up in what is being created in the 3D that you don't understand how energy can flow into your manifestations and into your life. So there's a little bit of a need here to let some of that air in from like an air sign. If you have any air in your chart, letting that flow through you to get a bigger picture, not to get too stuck or fixed on something, and letting things be able to move and mobilize and transmute if you're feeling like you're getting stuck. Now, at the root of everything, when I think about your energy, I think about this Nine of Pentacles, which is essentially the manifesting energy. It is the abundance card for me, one of them as an individual. And you being surrounded by everything that you've invested in, grown, and nurtured yourself. You know how to do this. This is part of you, and I'm getting the chills. So I want you to understand that is who you are. So if you're wanting to go to the next level, I'm also hearing you don't have to work so hard to get there. You don't have to. This is learning to train yourself in the ways of spirit and energy, learning about your soul blueprint, learning how to release and let go of some of the heaviness that you carry with you that makes you work extra hard to get something where you don't have to work quite as hard. So this would also be, I'm hearing, maybe take a look at your human design as well and see where that is in your energy and what you can be most in alignment with. Certainly, we learn so much from our sun sign, rising, moon, Venus, but we also learn a lot from our human design and where that puts us. And I feel like that might really be helpful for those of you, which I think will individualize this reading a little bit more, give you a little more nuance to how to show up and manifest that highest time. Here's what I want to say. Again, the number 9, there's a theme here coming out. Number 9 has a lot to do with having gone through many stages and having earned the right to be where you are. So this is showing all your stripes. It's showing how hard how far you've come, and that you have the knowledge, you have the trust within yourself, and you know the blueprint of success. Your biggest thing now is, I think, again, learning how to put some of that down and to ask spirit for help so that you don't have to work your body so hard. That's really what I'm hearing. It feels to me like you've been plugging away and getting a little beat up, but yet, because work ethic is not your issue whatsoever, but there is a sense of being a little torn up, a little bit exhausted. So I feel like we need to go back a little bit to the drawing board and to think about how can we start working with spirit to manifest more? Again, higher timeline, different way of doing things, more finesse, not having to work so hard. Here comes the air sign I was mentioning to you about getting a different, maybe thinking about getting another perspective here. 6 of Swords means that I am looking at things in a different way, possibly. I'm not bringing all the baggage of what I had in the past with me. In fact, moving forward, and I'm going to leave some of the things at the door that don't serve me anymore. I maybe need to acquire new thoughts, new ideas, new experiences to kind of got this fresh and be able to start this in a different way. But this is a card of change and transition. This means I'm moving out of where I was into something else. So change is here in your energy. And this is what seals it for me. The sun card is at the top. So this means your higher self, your team coming up literally above your crown chakra, imbuing you with this beautiful golden light, which is a lighter way of doing things. It's not so much faced all the way in earth. So it's giving you a sense of lightness. It's giving you a sense of you're literally bringing in your soul codes or your blueprint, which is from higher self and from what you designed to do when you were incarnating, and letting some of that do the heavy lifting is what I'm hearing, not having it be so hard, so difficult. Well, next, and here's what to expect in the next couple of weeks here in April, Three of Pentacles. For me, Three of Pentacles is a card working together with others. It's building something and everyone being on the same playing field. It's also understanding that some things we don't know what the answers are because of you when you see the darkness in that arch, there's some things you just don't have all the answers for. But when you co-create with others, and this is also co-creating with your guides, I believe, you're going to get to a place, I believe, where you're going to feel restored and energized because you're not having to do so much on your own. You're maybe allowing yourself to be influenced by your guides, allowing them to give you messages, things like let go, delegate, things like that. So that's really going to get you closer to your higher timeline. So I'm excited. Let's pull you an oracle card. This is the Moodology manifestation card. Again, we're looking at how to manifest your highest timeline. So let's get into it, how to step into it, see what they have for you here. All right. First quarter moon in Capricorn, unleash your kindest self. So that to me would be being kind to yourself in your own awareness, giving yourself a break, allowing more of that spaciousness and that help to come in from others. You know what else this arch reminds me of? It reminds me of the Three of Pentacles, that arch. Arch is protection. Arch is also you're working together commonly with others, in this case, your higher self and your spirit guides, maybe even a few people who love you to help you go along your way. So don't make it so much about just the work you're doing. Okay, Taurus? All right. Thank you so much. Please let me know in the comments how you like this reading. If it resonated, I'd love to know. Hello, Gemini. This is the beginning of April and your reading. So let's see what we got. So again, what we're looking at is how can you step into your highest timeline? What the energy's all about. Is there any place where maybe you have blind spots that you need to take a look at? And we'll get right into it. Now, I'm explaining to everyone, what does this mean, the highest timeline? Right? What it really means is that you are in alignment with your soul, your spirit, your intuition, and creating a life that is more based upon the design you have for yourself, where you feel that sense of purpose and happiness and expansion, and that you are not living by the design of someone else. So that's what we're talking about here. We're talking about manifesting. I talk about this a lot on my channel. So let's see what we have here. Oh, the star card's been coming up a lot today. Love that. Okay. Wow. You have a lot of major arcana. Okay. Get ready. We're having change here, Gemini. Here we go. All right. So right away, this really is why I feel we're doing this collective reading for each sign, because the guides have really been messaging me, just intuitively letting me know people need to start stepping into their authentic selves and to release and let go of the baggage that's been holding them back. And we have access more than ever to different things, techniques, methods, support that can help us release these energies, such as getting a reading like this or doing healing work on yourself, meditating, yoga, different things that put you into that clearer, higher frequency. So right away, we have Star card coming out. This for me is a card after going through a pretty difficult time. We are born anew, and we also are feeling a sense of soul purpose and alignment. We are reaching for our soul's purpose and alignment, and we want to feel that connection with our intuition and our guides. So this is the place you're at. You are motivated. This is your, I want to say, in charge. If you're watching this reading, more than likely you're like looking for those little stars, those little signifiers, those signs, those symbols that give you a sense of, yes, I'm on the right track. So this is me saying to you, you're on the right track. Okay. At the base of this, in your subconscious, you have this past pain. And this is where we have opportunity for shadow work. So whenever we see this in the subconscious position of this spread, Three of Swords doesn't mean present pain, it means pain from the past. And this is where we have our sense of limitation, of shadow work, and how we can move forward is by honoring it, understanding it, and diving in. And this can be done in many ways. And I do have videos that approach this as well, meditation, things like that, if you're interested. So, Three of Swords is telling us it's time to heal, grow, look at these points, and then move forward. That will inform your choice for the future. That your introspection and your acceptance and then healing and moving forward is going to really get you to where you want to go and to move the needle forward for you in order to get to that place of manifestation and clarity. There's some beautiful energy coming around here for you. And I want to say, this is why I feel this is so much reading that Spirit is giving you, because we have almost all major arcana, which means this is a major sort of life path event. This is the symbol for where you are right now, Two of Cups. So this can be relationships, relationship with a partner, relationship with others, relationship with self, relationship between logic and intuition, but also this is a relationship with your spirit guides. This is one of my spirit guides signifying cards that I always pull. So I know that means that your spirit guides are coming forward, really wanting to connect. If you don't already do this, they're outstretching their hand to you, I'm hearing. So if you want, and I do have a meditation on connecting with your spirit guides, if you haven't done that yet, or if you're already doing that as a practice, this is just your reminder to check in. And you can do this very simply, they're telling me. You can do this in 5-10 minutes a day. It doesn't have to be an hour-long meditation. It can just be a check-in. We're doing. Let me know where we're at, things like that. So checking in, aligning yourself intuitively with their energy, their messages, and their grace is going to help a lot. And what's crossing you right now? The Wheel of Fortune. This means time is marching on. The things that you are wanting are waiting for you. This is all about putting yourself out there and taking the steps and getting rid of your skepticism, I'm hearing, so that you can achieve what it is you want and desire. I'm hearing money's on the table here. I'm hearing manifestation is waiting. So we want to think about how energy moves. Energy isn't stagnant. It does move forward. So it's saying to you, scoop it in the inside, trust your intuition, and allow yourself to move forward. I'm hearing you're a little too smart for your own good. I sometimes say that to Gemini because you can get ahead of yourself and diagnose everything ahead of time with a little bit of saltiness, of skepticism, but don't be too much of a skeptic about your own manifestations, especially if there's things that you really are wanting that you're not living in alignment with, that feel like you're just off track. Getting on track literally means coming back into resonance with higher self, intuition, and your guides. This is what's above you, the Chariot. This is a go kart. This is movement. This is taking your show on the road. This could mean travel. This could mean adventure, absolutely. But it also means balance of shadow and light. And that place in between where we don't have polarity, but we accept ourselves and we don't judge ourselves, and we get insight and wisdom from both parts of ourselves. It's not just what is bright and cheerful. Again, when we're doing timeline work, moving and advancing ourselves, going into our full manifestation, we need to accept all parts of ourselves. We don't just have the shiny, happy part. We deeply go in, we check in, we see where that evolved from, and then we understand, integrate, and move forward. That is the journey. And then finally, buckle up. You have the Tower card coming up this month. This is what you can look forward to this month. I just feel like changes in the air for you. With this many major arcana in one reading, you're going to have a lot going on. I wouldn't be surprised. You know, part of it is all this Aries energy, right? Aries makes us want to turn the page. It makes us want to start something. It makes us want to get rid of things as well. I can see that for you. So allow yourself to not resist this process, is what I'm getting. I'm going to pull an oracle card for you. This is going to be just, again, a manifestation card. It's from the Moonology manifestation card deck. And just to see, what do you need to know? What's the word on manifesting for you for the beginning of April? Let's see what we got. Full moon in Pisces, forgive. For me, this goes back to that Three of Swords card. So if there's places, ooh, yeah, I'm getting the chills. If there's places where you feel like you're holding on to things, remember, the forgiveness isn't for the other person. The forgiveness is for you. And you don't even have to necessarily outwardly demonstrate to others that you're forgiving them. However, I feel like we have some shadow work to do here and some balancing in order for you to move forward. I hope that helps. Thank you so much for getting this reading with me, Gemini. I hope you enjoyed it. And let me know in the comments if you have any questions or remarks. I'd love to know if this resonated for you. Hello, Cancer. Welcome to your beginning of April reading. Again, today we're really focusing on how do we step into our highest timeline. And talking about highest timeline, I like to clarify this. So highest timeline doesn't mean we're skipping off to the 5D and a whole other planet. It really means that we're stepping into our soul's blueprint and living in alignment with our greatest desires and dreams, that we are not just assuming that we are not empowered co-creative beings, that we can manifest what we desire. That means more wealth, more love, more health, and more well-being in different forms. So let's get into it and see what we need to know as we're starting this month. Okay. See what we have here. Ooh, oh, we have some nice cards coming in. And again, we have a lot, the Wheel of Fortune happening here. Okay. A lot of divine feminine energy coming out here. I like it. Okay, so let's just tap right in Cancer. So right away, this is very much a moment in time of where you have just been. So I'm getting this sense of a deep awareness of being with yourself and holding space for your heart and understanding your feelings. And if this hasn't been something that you've been considering or you've been fighting with this, I will say there's a call to this. There's a call that's coming in from spirit for you to align with self. Because everything you want to experience, whether it be a loving relationship, more connection to your heart space, connection to your work, connection to the world around you in an authentic, deep way, we have to start with our own internal self-love. And that comes right here in your heart chakra. So I feel like this is coming up for many of you. If you haven't already stepped into it, you want to think about this. So how can I be centered in self-love? And this has been coming through here. This is very Cancerian energy. The Empress is what's in your subconscious. So this is that nurturing part of you, which is such a prevalent part of your sign anyway. But this is that stepping into that, I am nurturing myself first, caring for myself first, understanding my own feelings. What do I want to create? Knowing that as you do that, that makes the world around you grow. Quite literally, it's the world around you that grows. And so it reminds me of the Greek goddess Demeter, who, when her daughter Persephone was taken, everything in the land dried up because she was in such a deep state of mourning. But when Persephone came back, she was then granted that beauty again, and everything started to flourish. So it's like that. It's like starting first with self-love and gratitude and graciousness. And then from there, we can go into co-creating with spirit. Now, where are you? Things are moving fast. Something's going on for you right here. We have the Eight of Wands, so something's moving very quick. Something is happening fast. This means that you are being shuffled off to something. This could be related to work, relationships, something you're creating, some kind of a deal that you've been working on is all of a sudden shooting forward. That's a really strong energy of yes, movement now. The Eight of Wands is rapid. It's quick. It's also really a fire energy like Aries. So it wouldn't surprise me if some of the astrology right now is really affecting what's going on in your life. Now, this is what's crossing you or supporting you. We have the Wheel of Fortune here. This has come up several times for people so far in in these readings today. So the Wheel of Fortune, as you know, with the Eight of Wands, this means change is here, change is coming. But I almost feel for you because of this quickness, this something happening now feels a little bit anxiety producing for you. So it's making you feel a little unstabilized, unsure, kind of leaning in and really hoping that everything works out. I want to let you know, take breaths. I'm really hearing take breaths, be centered, make sure you have your grounding, make sure you're doing that self care, those basic daily sort of self care principles or rituals, making sure you're eating the way that's nourishing for your body, making sure you're grounding your energy, making sure you're taking time out for rest and relaxation, mental health. It's really important for you right now. And then above you, I like this because this is your card as well. Queen of Cups is here. So, this is your highest self. This is you being in your highest self. This is you connecting with your soul and also with your guides. So, what your highest version is being yourself. It's being accepting yourself as you are. It is being self aware of how you do things, your style, your preferences. Also, I'm getting a sense of play the long game, I'm hearing. So, part of the long game, whatever you're investing in, whether this be something like a heart project that you love and you want to create a business or something that you're working on, or something to do with your family, your children, or if it's something to do with you're co creating something, understand some of these things are going to take time but if you invest in what you feel aligned with, that feels the most natural for you, this is how you're going to get success. That's really what I'm noticing here. So ground yourself, center, right. I'm hearing write down what it is you desire, making sure that you're anchoring that light into the future timeline. This is what I want. This is how I want to experience it. This is how I want to feel. This is what I want to manifest. Make sure you're writing it down. Okay. And here's where the little bit of the holding on, the retrieving energy comes for you. This is what to look out for what's coming up for you right now. So we have the Four of Pentacles, which is a little bit of like, because all this intense energy and the Eight of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune, and you've got, a lot of your own energy flowing through here with the Ace of Cups and the Queen of Cups and the Empress. It's a lot of really strong feminine energy. And part of you is like, whoa, hold on a minute. Let me get grounded. Take your time. There's no problem right now in this Aries energy. It's a little bit contrary to how you do things sometimes. So I just want to say, travel light, take care of yourself, pace yourself. Understand you don't have to do all this at once to manifest your highest timeline and what you desire. Just lean in and enjoy yourself. That's what I'm hearing. Okay, I'm going to pick an oracle card for you. These are from the Lunology Manifestation cards. And this is again, what do we need to know about coming up for April and you with your manifestation and your highest timeline? You're releasing a lot in your heart chakra too, I'm feeling. And they also want me to pull two cards. I just heard that. So I'm going to trust that. And again, if you enjoyed this reading, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to get to know you if we don't know each other yet. Okay, we have two cards coming up. We have the full moon in Capricorn, take a reality check. That's important. And then we got the new moon in Scorpio, but it's reversed. So, and which would be go deeper. Okay. So for me, there is some energy here for you about checking in, about making sure that you are understanding your feelings, your hopes, your dreams, not avoiding anything. I feel like because of this overwhelm of energy coming up, it makes you feel a little bit like, ooh, I'm not so sure about that. How are we doing? There's something here that's making you feel a little bit like you're stalling. And remember, it's okay to ground. It's okay to take your time. But you also want to, and again, get your bearings, get clear. Where am I going next? And just making sure that you're staying in alignment so you can continue in this month of April to get to your goal with this highest timeline. Let me know in the comments how you enjoyed this reading. If you decide you want to book a private with me, I would absolutely love it. All the links are in my profile. Take care. Okay, what are we doing for Leo? Okay, Leo, this is your reading for the beginning of April. What we are looking at in this reading is what do you need to know how to step into your highest timeline? And I'll explain to you what I mean by highest timeline. That doesn't mean all of a sudden you're jumping off the planet and going into 5D somewhere. It really means you're living in alignment with your soul's blueprint, what you're excited about, what your vision is, what you want to manifest. And we want to get that sense of expansion. Like, how do we get there? Let's move through the blockages. And on this channel, I really focus a lot on fundamental healing, manifestation, and transformation. So I do a lot of this type of work, but it's also extremely grounded. So let's get into it. Let's see, what do we need to know for this beginning of April for you? I'm really excited about the energy. We've had some great readings so far. So let's see what comes up and what you need to know. I'm getting also a lot going on in the heart chakra for you. Transformation, opening up that heart space. You are a deep lover of many, and you feel things, very intensely and very deeply. I can feel that with this group of Leos. So let's see what the cards are saying. Okay. So we've gotten a little bit, wow. We have lots of powerful energy. Okay. So we have some little bit of work to do in order to clear out some blockages to get in alignment with that highest timeline, as I mentioned. So let's just start with the end in mind. So we're going to go reverse engineer this. This is recent past, 9 of Pentacles. Okay. What I'm going to say, Leo, is that I feel like you have mastered and manifested quite a lot for some of you. You've made some good traction. You have created and manifested some things that you want. And a lot of this came from your belief in yourself and your pure work ethic and grit and pushing your way through. However, I feel like you hit a blockage, and this blockage feels like it could be connected to past life energy, also maybe some karmic energy that could be either from this lifetime or even ancestral. And don't worry, we'll talk about this. It's one of the things I do in the work here I do on the channel. So what this might look like is that we have a blocked, this is on the unconscious. We have a blocked vision of what it means to be wealthy. That's what I'm hearing. Okay. So let me explain this a little bit of what I'm getting. So they're giving me a little message. Just a second. Okay. This makes sense. All right. So some of us have trapped energy from past lives, which is that when we go towards our manifestations in this lifetime, especially if they're big and they're larger than, say, many people, especially financially and how we live, there's a part of us sometimes that goes back to a past life where we took vows of poverty, or we thought being wealthy was wrong or hurt others. So some of us have that in our psyche and our subconscious, and it's laying there basically blocking us from expanding and growing and going further. And I see that also in your subconscious with the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. And the 10 of Pentacles, it's all about legacy. It's about wealth. It can be. It's about manifestation. It's about bigger, more, but also it's a long journey to get there. It doesn't necessarily happen overnight for people, but something like, but you notice it's in the reverse. So there's a disconnect for some of you who feel as though you're not sure if you want it at that level. And the way it's coming up, I feel like, is that some of you feel like it'll be too much work. You'll feel out of control. Will you lose your friend group? What are people going to think? And it's just running around in the back of your head, very unconscious, right? So it's this unfiltered, thing that's going on in the back of your mind. You can't quite put your finger on it. That's what it is. And I'm hearing if you can't beat them, join them. What I think that is that, you know, the term misery loves company. So that means if you have a friend group or people that you connect with, even coworkers, and they're at a certain financial level, sometimes we stay at that level because we unconsciously don't want to make them uncomfortable if we earn more. Okay. Think about this. This is you, the Queen of Pentacles. So Queen of Pentacles knows how to earn money, knows how to make money, knows how to manifest in general when she's in her upright, but she also really invests a lot in the things she cares about. And because what's crossing you is friendships, friend group, community, even people that I'm in association with, that's crossing your ability to manifest. So it's this unconscious thing running around in your awareness, which you can't quite put your finger on, but you're like, oh, man, it's keeping me stuck. I really want to let you know you will break through this if you work on this in your subconscious. This is the kind of work I do, and I do these kind of readings on the channel in the Akashic Records, past life, and clearing these. So what you can look at in your energy is to know the energy that's coming up for you right now has to do with earning. It has to do with wealth. It has to do with doing well. Look at this. It's the king of the entrepreneurs. It's the king of wands. This is the Leo energy. That means I'm manifesting. That means I can't be stopped. That means I'm going to earn more. That means I have vision. I have drive. I have passion. But also sometimes this archetype is very much seen in a negative light as being selfish, as being all for themselves, and about just being heartless. And I want you to revisit what you think about people who are wealthy. I want you to rethink it. I want you to start framing it for yourself. Again, we're talking about highest timeline. So we need to clear out some of those blockages, Leo, to think clearly and to say, I can frame this for myself. I'm going to earn the money I want to earn, and I'm going to live it the way I want to live it. I'm still a good person. I don't need to worry about, am I going to lose friends, or are people not going to like me anymore? That's really not your concern. And I want to let you know that what you do with it, you can trust yourself. That's what I'm hearing. You can trust yourself. Now, what's coming up? And that's why we need to start working on a little bit of shadow work here, because we have the 9 of Swords coming up, which is a repetitive pattern that makes you worry and makes you concerned, keeps you in your head, keeps you stuck. So you want to think about this, okay, friend? And think about earning trust within your own intuition. You have to learn to trust yourself and to know you're going to make the right decisions. As you move along on your journey and expand, if fear comes up, you can work on this. You can do shadow work, journal work, meditating, energy healing in order to transmute and release these blockages. Okay. Now I'm going to pull you for the final card, the immunology manifestation card for what's going on for you and what you need to know going into the month of April. Full moon in Virgo. Take inspired action. The earth card comes out for you, which is probably extremely helpful. I feel like that earth energy, that practical, that grounded, that look at the details instead and really give yourself a realistic viewpoint of this. Don't be so hard on yourself is what I'm hearing. So you want to think about this, right? Because you might have made a mountain out of a molehill, even if it's in your subconscious. And so you want to challenge that. All right, Leo, thank you so much for letting me do this reading. Let me know in the comments how you enjoyed it. I would love to hear from you. And if you would like to book a private reading, the link's in my profile. Hi, Virgo. Welcome to the beginning of April reading for you. So we are really looking today at how you can step into your highest timeline. Now, what exactly does that mean? For me, what that really means is that you are going into living the life with the manifestations that you really desire. You're not blocked or limited in what you think and believe you can have. And so you're stepping into the highest version of what it is you desire. You're doing this, though, consciously through manifestation work, healing work, and shadow work. So let's get into it and just see, where are you right now? What do we need to know? And what's coming up for you? And then we'll also be looking at projections into the month just to see what you need to know. Okay, so we have already a lot. Wow. Okay, we have a lot of the major arcana coming, which is not surprising. We've been seeing this throughout this entire session. Most people are playing a lot of major arcana. So, well, okay. So right away, what I sense here, Virgo, is change. And this is the recent past. So for me, this looks like to you this undercurrent of like, okay, something's shifting. I believe that you have been feeling stable and steady for quite some time, but now you know that there's room for growth. And that in order for you to get to those manifestations and the things you desire, the things you want to align yourself with, just that make you happy, there's going to be a need for a shift, that we need to look at things differently, that maybe we need to make some hard decisions, some hard choices. And in order to move ahead, we may need to look back a little bit, which is not always easy to do when you look at where you're going. Sometimes we just want to move ahead and not look. But I'm hearing here that it's your time. There's a chance here. There's a window that's opening up for you, and an opportunity literally like is opening up in the ether for you to be able to have the clarity, the wisdom, and the guidance and the know-how intuitively of how to approach these changes, how to let go of those things that are holding you back. And you are doing it in your own way, which is common sense, but also you're not having to justify the changes you're making to the people in your life. So there's a lot of powerful energy going on. Underneath you in the subconscious, we have the star card. So what this means to me is you're very centered on right now your spirituality, understanding what that is for you, very personal. And at the same time, you've been through a real quite a bit of difficulty and challenge in your life. So you're a little worse for the wear, but at the same time, very hopeful and optimistic. I also feel like you're opening up more to your spirituality in a way that makes sense to you. So there is this sense of like, I'm reflecting now. I can feel a sense of maybe I'm seeing signs, maybe I'm seeing synchronicities, maybe I'm reading books that click to something that I've been thinking about. Maybe there's a timing of way things are coming together in my life. So there's a purpose being revealed. But being a Virgo, of course, you take your time with this, which you should. But I want to let you know now is the time for haste. Now is the time for movement. This is your card right now. This is a movement forward. This is a card of travel. This is a card of motion. This is a card of understanding both your subconscious and your conscious self, your shadow and your light. There's also a little bit of a momentum being pushing you forward, which is sort of saying to you, hey, um, now's the time for change. Now's the time for letting go. You don't have to have everything perfectly aligned in order to move forward. You need to escape and move into your next experience. Again, by your timeline. The one thing that's slowing you down, though, is this energy, 5 of Wands. You're worried about chaos. You're worried about things falling apart. You're worried about things not being organized. You're worried about how long it will take to do certain things. You're worried about investing in things that what yield results. And you're also worried about what you're letting go of, the stability of like the 4 of Wands. You're worried a little bit about relationships. You're worried about if the people in your life will feel like, you've gone off the deep end in some ways. I say that lovingly, and that's just mainly they're questioning your choices. And here's the thing, it's not about anybody else. It's about you loving yourself, trusting yourself, knowing what is it that I want? What is it that I desire? What is the change that I want to be and become? There's new energy coming in. So this is all about letting go and opening up and letting things unfold for you. And this is what I mean. You're in the cooker right now because look what you have above you, the Tower card. So change is inevitable. And the best way to get and embrace change is to not try and control it and to do what you can to stay centered and grounded in the eye of the storm. You know what they say, I'm hearing that the calmest place when if you've ever seen those pilots when they are literally flying in the eye of a storm, it's super calm, but there's like chaos all around. Like you just have to find that sweet spot. So you feel centered, grounded, and all the almost like you're anointed by spirit, keeping you safe in the middle of all this change. You know that if there's a movement to be made, that there's an inspired action, you've got to know it's for a reason. You will not be thrown to the wayside. And then we come to the final card, which is 2 of Cups. 2 of Cups, as we know, it's a choice. It's a relationship. It's a relationship on several levels. It's a relationship with others. It's a relationship with yourself. It's a relationship with your guides. This is my spirit guide card. So it's learning to trust your guides to hand you off to the next point in your journey, your highest timeline, in a way that you'll feel safe, cared for, and it will all make sense. So it might seem a little bit off putting at the moment, but I'll let you know you are coming into really good things. Really good things. All right, Virgo. Now we're going to pull you an oracle card. These are the Moonology manifestation cards, 11. And this is just like what's coming up. What do we need to know? Okay. New moon in Pisces, attuned to the divine. So, Pisces is the opposing sign to you. So you have to dip into that part of yourself that is on the other end, right? That's part of change. Attuning to the divine. This is connecting with your guides and spirit. This is trusting. This is connecting. This is believing. This is knowing you can have what it is you want. You're going to need to put yourself out there. It's not always going to be comfortable, but it's part of your plan for April. Thank you so much, Virgo. Please let me know in the comments how you liked this reading. And if you would like to book a private reading, all the links are in my profile. Hello, Libra. Welcome to the beginning of April and your reading. Today, we're really focusing on how can you step into your highest timeline. Now, what does that mean exactly? That means how can you step into your desires, your manifestations, your soul blueprint in order to experience the life that you want here on Earth. And we're looking at if there's blockages and how we can step into our alignment. So let's get started to see where we are. Again, beginning of April here for you, Libra. I'm a Libra, so I'm with you on this reading. Let's see what we're getting, okay? All right. All right. All right. They're calling us out a little, and we are not upset about it. It's okay. We're going to do this. Are you ready? Are you excited? Okay. So first of all, this is recent past, 9 of Swords. Can anybody relate to that? I can. So this is just coming from a place of worry, second guessing, of judging ourselves, of repeated patterns that keep you up at night, of concern. Is it going to work out? Am I doing the right thing? Am I not doing enough? What's going to happen? A lot of this angst energy that's coming up and just rotating through your consciousness. And some of us have said enough's enough. And let's get off that roller coaster, that continual thing that keeps playing in the background of our subconscious. So whether you stepped into this and you're still looking for ways to break up with that part of you that's worrying so much, or whether you are already in that space, learning to care for yourself, to sort of flesh out some of these ways that you chew on your consciousness and you worry so much, whatever it is, I would say I congratulate you for diving in and understand. And please make sure you check out my videos because I have videos on meditations on how to release worry and things of that nature, blockages. So this is you stepping into your purpose. That's what I'm getting. You wanting to feel in alignment of wanting to reach your goals, of wanting to do your heart passion projects, of wanting to stand up for yourself more, be a little clearer. But also there is a letting go here in the third chakra, which I can feel for many of you, which feels like, ugh, I don't know if I can do it. Are we going to be able to do this? Is it going to be okay? Are we going to be able to do the thing? And yes, we are, Libra. We're going to do it. So this is what I'm saying, why we're going to do it. We're seeing the number 9. So keep that as a number for you for the beginning of April. 9 of Pentacles is a number of, look at what you've already done. Look at what you've already manifested. Look around. You have so much going for you. You have done so much. You have so much to give. You have so much that is happening and that's coming to the surface. I would want you to think about where you feel like you still need more or you haven't done enough. Now, we can move towards our goals and our higher timeline and our manifestation, but have we also been judging ourselves to feel like we haven't done a good job or we haven't earned it or we're not going to be able to do it? So let's consider that, please. And because here's what's crossing us. We have the explosion here. We have the tower coming in. It's really telling us that now's the time for change. I feel like a lot of us are just have been stuck in this repetitive, like that worry space, and we're second guessing again. And what we need to get into is what feels good for us, what feels good in our bodies, what feels good in our minds, what feels good for us to take care of ourselves, what feels in alignment, and what feels in one's purpose when it comes to the truth. So as you're looking at your highest timeline, again, when I say this timeline, this doesn't mean all of a sudden you're off planet somewhere else. No, this means you're stepping into what your soul came here to do, and you're going to be able to move and manifest and grow and experience what your soul is meant to experience, right? More wealth. Is it that? Or is it a heart-centered job? Is it a loving, healthy relationship, a family? Is it being able to have more so you can let go and not work as hard? Is it feeling healthy in your body, your mind? Is it doing something new in your career? It's any of those things, right? And here's what we're getting at the base of it. At the base of it, you're a collaborative person, you're a Libra. So that means that we know that the more we connect with the different parts of ourselves and our guides and and spirit world, who are our spirit helpers, the more we connect with that structure, the more we can get to where we want to go. We know we can't do it alone. We know we need help. We need reflection. Sometimes we do quite a bit solo, but then sometimes we really need to have friends guiding us, helping us, mentoring us. So look for those places where you may need to be mentored, or you may need to learn some new things in order to get to where you want to go. So that means if you're looking at, say, for example, starting a business, or you're thinking about retiring early, or you want to move, that you maybe bring in other people to give you advice and some guidance so you can get to where you want to go faster. Okay. And speaking of getting to where you want to go, Libra, look at this. Six of Swords. Six of Swords, that's what's in the conscious. That's what you're doing. You are aware that you are drifting into another space, that you are moving towards that desire, that destination. Part of you feels, though, I'm hearing clean up on aisle 9. Like, have I left anything behind me? Have I done anything that I need to? Is it okay? Can I let this go now? I'm hearing like checking it again. Yes, you can let it go. Whatever it is that you are concerned about leaving behind, don't be concerned about it. Don't be concerned about dotting your I's, crossing your T's. You've already done it. I'm also hearing that start listening to your clairaudience. Those of you that you can hear spirit clearly, hear your intuition, hear your guides. They're all in there. It's a part of you. It's like an effortless, seamless, intuitive voice that you hear. You think it's you, it's your guides. Okay. Finally, where are we headed? This is the energy for the beginning of the month, starting in April. Queen of Cups. So this has a lot to do with self-awareness when it comes to your emotions, to your relationships. This is also a balancing energy of being in more of the divine feminine, right? And this has a lot to do, I think, with nurturing and nourishing yourself. Feeling as though the way to grow isn't always from browbeating yourself or measuring things or analyzing things. In fact, it has a lot more to do with being and accepting and feeling and connecting. I'm also hearing for some of you who do a lot on your own, make sure you're reaching out to some of your good friends who you know support you and who will have the vision for the highest timeline. Let's pull an oracle card for you. These are the Moonology manifestation cards, and this is what you need to know going into the beginning of the month here, your manifestation. Oh, yes. Here we go. First quarter moon in Libra. Keep your heart open. So that's being in alignment with yourself, not judging yourself, keeping yourself open. And also, I'm hearing using your common sense. Here's what I mean by that. What I'm seeing common sense being, don't make something harder than it needs to be. Don't add layers onto something that is not happening. Don't complicate things with over intellectualizing. So keep it simple. Thank you so much, Libra. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Let me know in the comments if this resonated for you. And also, if you'd like to book a private reading, all the links are in my profile. Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to the beginning of April and your reading. Again, today we're really focusing on how you can step into your highest timeline. Now, what do I mean by it? Really, that is not you moving off the planet and living somewhere else. It is you stepping into your soul's blueprint in this lifetime right now. The highest timeline really looks like manifesting your hopes and dreams, expanding your consciousness, living in alignment with your purpose so you can live in that sense of resonance, expansion, enjoyment, and connection. All right, so let's see what we have currently going on for you, the energies in general, and what we just moved through. Let's take a look. All right. I'm hearing as I'm tapping into your energy, patience. Patience, it's a process. What it looks like to me is some of you are definitely very driven and very focused on what you want, what comes next. Yeah, I can feel this. Um, ooh, okay, this makes a lot of sense. Okay, you have a lot of really strong major arcana coming out, big things. Okay, so some of you, Scorpio, are feeling like you've been, trying these different things that you want to create and manifest what you want. And as you're doing that, some things are just not working. So you start something and then you back off it, or you put your energy and you invest in something else and it doesn't quite work. I want to let you know part of you getting unstuck means getting into alignment. You're going through a huge death and rebirth. You are pulling your own card, which is the death card. So what this looks like to me is that you need to go deep into your level of knowing that part of you, the intuitive part of you who's going to tell you to let go and to start again and allow something to be reset. So a little bit of stubbornness that I see going on for you here, that you're getting ahead of yourself when it comes to manifesting. And part of this, I think, comes from your intelligence and your clarity and knowing what it is you want to manifest for your highest timeline, but also feeling a sense of lack of patience. And I'm also getting the clarity confirmation in my ear, which is the buzzing in my ear, which are my spirit guides saying, yes. So here's the thing. Part of it, we have to understand that sometimes spirit helps us reorganize, that the track we thought we were going on isn't necessarily the track that's going to get us to the place where we want to be, the timeline we're talking about. Yeah, sometimes we need to switch gears. We need to be flexible. We need to start again, right? We need to allow for a reset. And why I see that is this is you, the death card, what you are, but then you have the Fool card crossing it. So it's saying there's a new path. There's something new opening up. But I feel like some of you are still stewing in the fact you're like, well, I've already done that thing. Why am I, well, I don't want to do that again. Or I've already tried, that didn't work. Or what should I do? And I think I get it, right? I have a lot of planets in Scorpio. I have a Scorpio stellium, Scorpio rising. I get it. And your impatience is going to get you further away from what you want. So you have to just allow spirit to show you the new way, allow the new opportunity to open up, allow yourself to, maybe even be dazzled or wooed by what is coming on the horizon. It might be even better than you thought. And new opportunities are on the horizon for you. I can feel this. I feel like you've been waiting for something, but don't be waiting for it in a specific package, because it might come in a totally different form and be even better than you thought. That's what I'm hearing. Now, your subconscious. So some of you have a really strong, and I feel like this sometimes with Scorpio too, because you're very intelligent and very observant and deep, thinkers, deep observers, deep, processors. And so that King of Swords is coming up, but it's a little harsh and it's in the subconscious. And it's that bitey kind of negative, judgmental energy coming out, which I feel like is just a Scorpio energy that needs to be redirected in another place of the depth. And there's a need to kind of step back from everything and get another perspective and to look at things. And again, we have the crow in this version, which to me is really like a spiritual messenger telling you, you need to reset your energy. You need to step back from this. You need to get another perspective. Yeah. And also the owl here, the owl, same messenger. So look at things in a different way. Reset your energy. Give yourself a couple of days. If you want to be irritated, annoyed, that's fine. But no, the way to get back to build the bridge is to come back into unison with your spirit guides and your team and your higher self, working together under one roof, building something that's lasting and long. Not feeling like don't feel as though your efforts were for nothing. You learned so much along the way. And now we just need to pivot. That's all we need to do. We need to turn the corner. We need to pivot. We need to move in another direction. And then we need to start again. So I want you to just kind of take a little deep breath, reset your focus, and see what's coming next. Okay. Well, let's see what's coming up right away. Here's what you can expect in the energy over the next 2 weeks. Okay. Guess what? The Chariot card. This is the card of the day. Chariot card and the Queen of Pentacles. So Chariot card, and they wanted me to pick two. So just so you know, there's that. So the Chariot card means let's go. It's happening now. We are getting the show on the road. This could mean movement. This could mean travel. This could mean yes to an opportunity. This can mean expansion. Also, when you have with the Chariot card, you're dealing with shadow and light. So we're dealing with two different parts of ourselves. And when you're in harmony with both of those cards, both your shadow and your light, there's no disconnection. There's no separation. You're in balance. You understand this. You have both parts of you, right? But what you have on top of you is your spirit guides and spirit. If you notice in the traditional Rider-Waite, there's all those stars around the crown, and the moon is the divine feminine taking you forward, right? This comes after the Lover's card, which is a point of choice. So you've made the choice, right? Now, here's what you want to be aware of. The Queen of Pentacles, she is a manifester. She knows how to manifest. She knows how to manifest naturally. She knows how to invest in things and make good decisions. She's self-aware. She knows how to grow things over time. And so what we want to understand, though, but she also moves a little slower. So we've got a quickening of an energy, and then we have a bit of a ground slowing. So you might feel a little push-pull, push-pull. The best thing you can do now, I'm hearing, Scorpio, is to let this go through the test of time. Just work on your inner balance, and to know some days you're going to feel like moving forward, and then sometimes it might feel a little slower, and just try and work on your breath and grounding so that you can get to, again, your highest timeline. All right. I'm going to pull you an oracle card. These are from the Lunology Manifestation deck. And this is just what you need to know. What's the message coming from Spirit for you this beginning of April? Okay. Full moon in Taurus, detoxify. So that tracks, because remember, we came from the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So if you have anything you're holding on to, if you are resistant to anything, if you are feeling stubborn, if you're like, I don't want to do that, what's it going to end up being? Just know that it's better for you to deal with this resistance than to have the universe give it to you. Because that's when you have tower moments that are blow up. And you want to give yourself, I'd like to be the one to tell me what to do before my guides have to, if that makes sense. Scorpio, thank you so much for getting this reading. Please let me know how it resonated for you in the comments. I would love it. And also, if you want to get a private reading, the link is in the profile. Take care. Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading for the beginning of April. Again, these readings are really focusing on how you can get your highest timeline and what might be blocking you. Now, your highest timeline really are just being in alignment with your heart's desires, your soul's blueprint, and what you want to manifest in this lifetime. And we're really accelerating that right now. That's what my guides are giving me. We're looking at how we're blocked and what we need to do to transmute that and step into our high purpose. Isn't living off the planet somewhere. This is being in alignment with your truth right now. All right, so let's just pull cards and see what we're getting. Okay, Sagittarius. Bottom of the deck, I can't help it. I have the King of Wands coming out, which is you. So let's keep going. They're like, hey, it's there. Grab it. I love when my guides are just chatting away to me during your reading. Okay, here we go. Let's see what we have. Ooh, we have some really strong major arcana, big, juicy cards coming out. Okay, let's see. Okay, I love this. Okay, Sagittarius. So let's collect ourselves and see where we are. Okay, this is recent past. Sagittarius. Here we are, the Star card. So the Star card is we've recently been through the gamut of difficulty, challenge, and enduring a lot of different life lessons, right? We've endured Death card. We have gone through the Tower card, we've gone through the Devil card, you've earned your stripes is what I'm getting. You feel a little worse for the wear, a little tired, some difficulty. This could be family life, this could be work related, this could even be health, finances, things like that. So you're a little worse for the wear, but you're also feeling a little bit more in alignment. Because when the star comes up, that means we're just opening up and saying, I give. What should be the next step? That's actually a really good position to be in. And right away in your subconscious, which I really like, is you have the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is all about growth, community, collaboration, and next steps. This is definitely relationship related. It doesn't have to be a personal relationship, but how you relate to the world around you, those who you're connected to, and even people that are more in, your outer circles, right? Call circles. So this means that you're at this point now where you want to start networking, you want to start building connections with other people. I feel like this could really help you in some ways get closer to your goals and aspirations, again, your highest timeline, and to be able to move into a place of community and connection so things don't have to feel so hard when it comes to manifesting. You can make a connection with someone and they can refer you to someone else or someone's referred to you. So your understanding that collaborative nature is very helpful. That's a really great place to be because you're not resistant, you're open, you can see the meaning behind it. Then we have you in your element, the king of wands. And that is really telling us that this is a time of action, motivation, but also of the future, of being prepared. Possibly some of you guys are going to be moving up in your careers, opening your own businesses, moving places. I'm getting like enterprising opportunities. So that is really happening. However, there's a change in the air of how this is being done, which is really good, which is the death card. The death card really means transformation. It means you've learned things through the wisdom of your experience. And now when you go forward on your path, you're going to be really wise and purposeful, knowing that. And also, a king is very self-aware. He's also experienced. So he knows he's not going to make the same steps and the same choices that he might have done in the past, which means there is that sense of care and cleverness. I'm not doing that again. And if I'm going to manifest something big, which I do see coming up for you, then I am going to make sure I really want it and that I'm in alignment with them. And it's something really good for me. And I just like delicious, right? That's what I'm getting. But above you is one of my smart cards. The smart card for me is Seven of Swords. Some people read this differently. The way I read Seven of Swords is discernment. This means I am selecting what it is that I desire and leaving behind the rest. I'm looking long and hard about the things that I've done and where I'm going, and I'm at that point of choice, which means that I'm not going to do things again. Remember, we talked about the wisdom of the King of Wands and where he's headed, that you're not going to do things that you feel are not of. I'm hearing a few words from my guides that are cheeky, that are the smartest moves, right? So you want to make the smart move. You want to make the intelligent move in order for you to get to where you want to go. And I'm hearing growth, expansion. This comes in the outcome for your cards here. Look at that. 10 of Cups. So that's what's coming in your future. This could be relationship related, you feeling either really fulfilled in the current relationship you're in or aligning with someone who very much has your connected vision or you're heading in that direction. What you want to manifest is someone who shares your vision for family or for relationships, whatever that design is, you're matching with a partner. And do not shortchange yourself. If you're in the process of just working on creating or manifesting or bringing in that kind of relationship, don't play small, play big. You want to think, how does it feel to be in a really healthy relationship? How does it feel to be with someone who supports me, who loves me? We're on the same page. We have good communication. We understand each other. We got each other's back. We have a sense of what our big picture is. We want to do some of the same things. We have a way that we want to earn, like, bigger money if that's the case. And we want to feel a sense of being prepared for life and building something together. So that is a fabulous outcome for you heading into April. Now, our final card for you, we are going to pull the Moonology manifestation card for you, just going into April and seeing what you need to know. And right away, we're seeing first quarter moon in Pisces, honor your feelings. Now, I want to say this was in reverse. So that means be aware of if you're not honoring your feelings. Be aware of how maybe your head is getting in the way and you're not listening and tuning in. And be aware if you have a little bit of bias towards having information come to you in a certain way. So sometimes we can be a little jaded in moments. And so even something that is tender and sweet and empathetic can seem weak to us at times. And so we want to make sure you're being aware of that, because when you have lack of patience with others in that way, you have it with yourself. So they're really saying, take charge of that. Again, this energy looks amazing to me. Your manifestation energy is like on point, on fire, I'm hearing for you, Sagittarius. And I can't wait to see what happens. Please let me know in the comments if this resonated for you. And also, if you wanted to book a private reading, all the links are in my profile. Capricorn, welcome to your April reading for the very first part of April. Again, we are looking at how to step into your highest timeline. And what does that mean? Well, that simply means that we are working on looking at what you want to manifest in this lifetime, clearing out any blockages related to that, and how we can get in step and in attunement with that energy, that frequency, so we can experience it in real time. So let's just see, what do we need to know for you right now and what's coming up? And what also have you experienced? And where are you headed? All right. Let's see what we have for April. So many changes for so many people. Ooh, I like what I'm seeing already. Ooh, and I'm getting the chills. Okay, we like it. Okay. Right out of the gate, Capricorn. Love. Okay, this is very you, first of all. So as I'm sitting in your energy, again, if this resonates for you, fantastic. Okay, but when I'm sitting in this energy of Capricorn, right now in this very moment, I am definitely getting a sense of the clarity of the big picture of the manifestation. Knowing what you want to experience, knowing what you want to bring in, knowing how things feel, knowing what it will take to get there is what I'm hearing, but also knowing that you've earned it and knowing that that is your vision. For me, especially with you, you feel as though, well, this is inevitable. Of course, I'm going to manifest. I know how to get there. I know how to climb the mountain to get there. I know how to earn what I need to earn to get to that point. And I'm going to take my time going up. I'm hearing the ladder, right? So, and you definitely have this vision. What I love about this, I have a meditation. It's on this page called Meditation with Your Future Self. And I'm getting this image here. I'm seeing this younger person here speaking with this older person here. And so one of the meditations I have, and this again, highest timeline, I have a meditation where you connect with your future self. And it could be from this lifetime, maybe it's from another lifetime. That's not as important as what you get in that is you connect with the wisdom and the energy and the current of, I think, knowledge and thought of that future self. And that future self gives you wisdom about yourself today. It's incredibly powerful and transformative. And it really brings you into a place of such clarity and wisdom. And this is what I feel like you're somehow getting to. Or this also could be that's where you're turning towards. So you're moving into that. Okay, what is that like? But I also feel like some of you are carrying burden in your aura and your energy field. And of course, we have things to work on, don't we? I mean, this is how it is here on Earth. We have things to look at. We have things that we need to sort out. We have directions we need to go towards. And we have blockages to move. So I feel like you're definitely, you've got some stuff to work on. That maybe there's some past life karma we need to clear. There's baggages we're holding from our family and from our ancestors, which all work we can do. So in your subconscious, again, going with the 10 of Pentacles, we have the 9 of Pentacles. So that is part of you taking into stock, okay, what's been working for me? What's my skill set? What am I accessing? What is going in my direction, going in my favor? What do I feel good? And I feel like you're getting a sense of this. It's a little rocky. Sometimes I feel like you aren't exactly grounded when it comes to that. And sometimes You don't give yourself enough credit, is what I'm hearing. So you want to make sure to really acknowledge all that you've already done, all that you've earned, all that you've already worked towards, all the things that are going right in your life. And giving gratitude and thanks, I think, is actually helpful because it's a circular, reciprocal energy that comes back to you, which makes you feel the sense of love, alignment, and divine, connection when you do that type of an exercise. So it's definitely something you want to think about. Now, where are you right now? So this card is actually unique to this deck. I can't cover it. This is the card, the artist. And you'll notice he's looking into this other reality and into the future is how I see it. So this is a perfect how to step into your timeline. And you notice he's got his book here and he's, looking at things in depth and he's deciding, what do I want? What's the picture I want to paint? So you definitely have this thing down at the future timeline. You're deciding what is it you desire? What do you want? How do you want to manifest? And that's what I see as this magic coming in. But you also have a little bit of a resistance to that. How's it going to work out? Part of you, the Four of Cups, is a resistance. It doesn't want to hear what needs to be done. It also is a little bit of it is a little sarcastic. It's a little bit begrudging. It doesn't necessarily feel very open to this as a possibility, but it is really something you want to think about as far as how am I being stubborn? How am I being like a bit of a mule? I'm hearing and not allowing myself to, allow this beauty, this manifestation, my highest timeline to come in. How am I being salty about it and skeptical? So those are just things to think about. Above you is where you're headed, your higher self. The King of Wands. Hello. The King of Wands is the ultimate manifester energy that he's experienced. He is independent. He's not held back by anything. He knows how to create. He knows how to manifest. He knows how to connect. He knows how to make things happen. He's very charming. It's just that big energy, that Leo energy of like something's happening, something's going on. So that is basically you stepping into your higher timeline of who you are. That's a blueprint that you can bring into your energy. You can bring on that quicker, that manifesting, that transmuting energy. The fire energy can be added on and blended. You don't have to be the sign in order to acquire. You can meditate with that type of energy or bring that fire into your energy field, into your aura. And that can help you move through blockages and assume the role of someone who's already created something. So part of it is just believing, yes, I can have what I want. And this is what it feels like to have it. Now we have the Grand Dame herself. Queen of Pentacles is what we can expect coming into these next few weeks. Queen of Pentacles, this could be you with a person in your life. This could be you laying down the foundation for some things that you're working on, you're manifesting. I'm hearing hard work. I also feel like this is you enjoying your loved ones, family, taking a moment to reflect and pause and enjoy what you've earned, what you have, who you are, and really giving yourself that sense of nurturing. Well, remember also too, the Queen of Pentacles is Capricorn, and so it's one of the versions of it. So you've got a lot of really powerful things going on. Just watch out for the resistance is what I would say. All right. So next we are going to pull your Oracle card. Finishing out this reading, what do you need to know going into the next 2 weeks? This is the Knowledge Manifestation deck and is wonderful for just sort of talking about signature of what's coming up. So we have first quarter moon is Scorpio. Release your blocks. That is perfect for you. I'm getting the chills. So that is all about releasing the resistance, right? Let's move this guy out of the way and remove the resistance, remove that. And that's also water sign too. So you want to think about, how am I blocked? Is it serving me to be blocked? Is it serving me to be skeptical? Is it serving me to be resistant of the change that will really help me get on that higher timeline, getting close to what I want? So, all right, Capricorn, thank you so much. Please let me know in the comments how you like this reading, if it resonated for you. And if you would like to schedule a private, the links are in my bio. We'll see you in the next video. For you to get to where you want to go. And I'm hearing growth, expansion. This comes in the outcome for your cards here. Look at that. 10 of Cups. So that's what's coming in your future. This could be relationship related. You feeling either really fulfilled in the current relationship you're in, or aligning with someone who very much has your connected vision or you're heading in that direction, what you want to manifest is someone who shares your vision for family or for relationships. Whatever that design is, you're matching with a partner. And do not shortchange yourself. If you're in the process of just working on creating or manifesting or bringing in that kind of relationship, don't play small, play big. You want to think, how does it feel to be in a really healthy relationship? How does it feel to be with someone who supports me, who loves me? We're on the same page. We have good communication. We understand each other. We got each other's back. We have a sense of what our big picture is. We want to do some of the same things. We have a way that we want to earn, we want to earn bigger money if that's the case. And we want to feel a sense of being prepared for life and building something together. So that is a fabulous outcome for you heading into April. Now, our final card for you, we are going to pull the Moonology manifestation card for you, just going into April and seeing what you need to know. And right away, we're seeing first quarter moon in Pisces, honor your feelings. Now, I want to say this was in reverse. So that means be aware of if you're not honoring your feelings. Be aware of how maybe your head is getting in the way and you're not listening and tuning in. And be aware if you have a little bit of bias towards having information come to you in a certain way. So sometimes we can be a little jaded in moments. And so even something that is tender and sweet and empathetic can seem weak to us at times. And so we want to make sure you're being aware of that, because when you have lack of patience with others in that way, you have it with yourself. So they're really saying, take charge of that. Again, this energy looks amazing to me. Your manifestation energy is like on point, on fire, I'm hearing. For you, Sagittarius. And I can't wait to see what happens. Please let me know in the comments if this resonated for you. And also, if you wanted to book a private reading, all the links are in my profile. Take care. We'll see you on the next one. Capricorn, welcome to your April reading for the very first part of April. Again, we are looking at how to step into your highest timeline. And what does that mean? Well, that simply means that we are working on looking at what you want to manifest in this lifetime, clearing out any blockages related to that, and how we can get in step and in attunement with that energy, that frequency, so we can experience it in real time. So let's just see, what do we need to know for you right now and what's coming up? And what also have you experienced? And where are you headed? All right. Let's see what we have for April. So many changes for so many people. Ooh, I like what I'm seeing already. Ooh, and I'm getting the chills. Okay, we like it. Okay. Right out of the gate, Capricorn. Love. Okay, this is very you, first of all. So as I'm sitting in your energy, again, if this resonates for you, fantastic. Okay, but when I'm sitting in this energy of Capricorn, right now in this very moment, I am definitely getting a sense of the clarity of the big picture of the manifestation. Knowing what you want to experience, knowing what you want to bring in, knowing how things feel, knowing what it will take to get there is what I'm hearing, but also knowing that you've earned it and knowing that that is your vision. For me, especially with you, you feel as though, well, this is inevitable. Of course, I'm going to manifest. I know how to get there. I know how to climb the mountain to get there. I know how to earn what I need to earn to get to that point. And I'm going to take my time going up. I'm hearing the ladder, right? So, and you definitely have this vision. What I love about this, I have a meditation. It's on this page called Meditation with Your Future Self. And I'm getting this image here. I'm seeing this younger person here speaking with this older person here. And so one of the meditations I have, and this again, highest timeline, I have a meditation where you connect with your future self. And it could be from this lifetime. Maybe it's from another lifetime. That's not as important as what you get in that is you connect with the wisdom and the energy and the current of, I think, knowledge and thought of that future self. And that future self gives you wisdom about yourself today. It's incredibly powerful and transformative. And it really brings you into a place of such clarity and wisdom. And this is what I feel like you're somehow getting to. Or this also could be that's where you're turning towards. So you're moving into that. Okay, what is that like? But I also feel like some of you are carrying burden in your aura and your energy field. And of course, we have things to work on, don't we? I mean, this is how it is here on Earth. We have things to look at. We have things that we need to sort out. We have directions we need to go towards. And we have blockages to move. So I feel like you're definitely, you've got some stuff to work on. That maybe there's some past life karma we need to clear. There's baggages we're holding from our family and from our ancestors, which all work we can do. So in your subconscious, again, going with the 10 of Pentacles, we have the 9 of Pentacles. So that is part of you taking into stock, okay, what's been working for me? What's my skill set? What am I accessing? What is going in my direction, going in my favor? What do I feel good? And I feel like you're getting a sense of this. It's a little rocky. Sometimes I feel like you aren't exactly grounded when it comes to that. And sometimes you don't give yourself enough credit, is what I'm hearing. So you want to make sure to really acknowledge all that you've already done, all that you've earned, all that you've already worked towards, all the things that are going right in your life. And giving gratitude and thanks, I think, is actually helpful because it's a circular, reciprocal energy that comes back to you, which makes you feel the sense of love, alignment, and divine, connection when you do that type of an exercise. So it's definitely something you want to think about. Now, where are you right now? So this card is actually unique to this deck. I can't cover it. This is the card, the Artist. And you'll notice he's looking into this other reality and into the future is how I see it. So this is a perfect how to step into your timeline. And you notice he's got his book here and he's, looking at things in depth and he's deciding, what do I want? What's the picture I want to paint? So you definitely have this thing down to the future timeline. You're deciding what is it you desire? What do you want? How do you want to manifest? And that's what I see as this magic coming in. But you also have a little bit of a resistance to that. How's it going to work out? Part of you, the 4 of Cups, is a resistance. It doesn't want to hear what needs to be done. It also is a little bit of it is a little sarcastic. It's a little bit begrudging. It doesn't necessarily feel very open to this as a possibility, but it is really something you want to think about as far as how am I being stubborn? How am I being like a bit of a mule, I'm hearing, and not allowing myself to, allow this beauty, this manifestation, my highest timeline to come in? How am I being salty about it and skeptical? So those are just things to think about. Above you is where you're headed, your higher self. The King of Wands. Hello. The King of Wands is the ultimate manifester energy that he's experienced. He is independent. He's not held back by anything. He knows how to create. He knows how to manifest. He knows how to connect. He knows how to make things happen. He's very charming. It's just that big energy, that Leo energy of like something's happening, something's going on. So that is basically you stepping into your higher timeline of who you are. That's a blueprint that you can bring into your energy. You can bring on that quicker, that manifesting, that transmuting energy. The fire energy can be added on and blended. You don't have to be the sign in order to acquire. You can meditate with that type of energy or bring that fire into your energy field, into your aura. And that can help you move through blockages and assume the role of someone who's already created something. So part of it is just believing, yes, I can have what I want. And this is what it feels like to have it. Now we have the Grand Dame herself. Queen of Pentacles is what we can expect coming into these next few weeks. Queen of Pentacles, this could be you with a person in your life. This could be you laying down the foundation for some things that you're working on, you're manifesting. I'm hearing hard work. I also feel like this is you enjoying your loved ones, family, taking a moment to reflect and pause and enjoy what you've earned, what you have, who you are, and really giving yourself that sense of nurturing. Well, remember also too, the Queen of Pentacles is Capricorn, so it's one of the versions of it. So you've got a lot of really powerful things going on. Just watch out for the resistance is what I would say. All right. So next we are going to pull your Oracle card finishing out this reading, what do you need to know going into the next 2 weeks? This is the Knowledge Manifestation deck and is wonderful for just sort of talking about signature of what's coming up. So we have first quarter moon is Scorpio. Release your blocks. That is perfect for you. I'm getting the chills. So that is all about releasing the resistance, right? Let's move this guy out of the way and like remove the resistance, remove that. And that's also water sign too. So you want to think about, how am I blocked? Is it serving me to be blocked? Is it serving me to be skeptical? Is it serving me to be resistant of the change that will really help me get on that higher timeline, getting close to what I want? So, all right, Capricorn, thank you so much. Please let me know in the comments how you like this reading, if it resonated for you. And if you would like to schedule a private, the links are in my bio. We'll see you in the next video.